Hey, I'm Angie.
I'm Rhonda, and we are Adventures in Nomadness.
So we're at Chiriaco Summit. It's a really cool spot right along Highway 10 near Joshua Tree in California. And we wanted to share with you this really cool campsite, free camping that we found, and a really awesome museum that I think you would love stopping at. Okay, so a little history about this area at Chiriaco Summit. Joe Chiriaco came over here in 1925. He was passing through on his way to California for a Rose Bowl game, and he'd actually kind of heard that there might be a road paved in this area. So after he stayed and got a job, he heard that rumor, and so he purchased some land up here and then built a gas station and a general store. Well, as soon as the road was paved and traffic started, boom, he was open for business. And so he had a pretty good thing going on here. He did have a surprise visitor in 1942, and that's when General Patton came through this area. He was in charge of basically finding a spot to train over 1 million troops for World War II and the basically whatever battles they might be facing in the Sahara Desert in Africa. So he found the perfect spot between the Colorado and Mojave deserts out here, 18,000 square miles. There was 11 different camps out in the desert out here that was used to train troops for the very, very harsh conditions of the African desert. When General Patton unfortunately died in a freak car accident in 1945, Joe Chiriaco basically put a monument out here for him, and then many years later the BLM and the Chiriaco's Patton's estate, kind of put a big museum on here. So this is really cool. There is basically a 20 spot campground out here. It's completely free. Beautiful spot. There was only 3 of us here last night out of 20. And so just pull in. You don't have to let the campground host know the first night. If you're gonna stay later, he'll come and ask you for your information. Basically, you just write down your name and you can stay up to 7 nights every 30 days. Okay, so really the only cons of this campsite are that you do have the traffic noise from I-10, and I would definitely not buy gas here. Gas in California is expensive anyway, but because it's kind of out even more in the middle of nowhere, it's over $4 a gallon. So if you are driving through between, California, Palm Springs area over to Arizona, definitely if you can wait, buy gas in Arizona where it's a lot cheaper. This little free camp area has really good cell service. Verizon comes in crystal clear, and I've seen other reviews where AT&T and Sprint and all those come in really good as well. You are basically 53 miles from Palm Springs that way to the west, and about 70 miles to Blythe, California that way, which is very close to the Arizona border. Joshua Tree National Park is right there, right behind us, and it's only about 12 miles to the Cottonwood Visitor Center that way, about 12 miles west from here, and then north just a little bit to get right into Joshua Tree. So it's really handy for that spot, and really nice location. I talked about the fact that they put a museum up here. Patton's estate and BLM got together, and the Chiriacos had actually put a monument here basically after he did die, but it was just that, and then like I said, many years later it was turned into a museum. Well worth the visit. It is $11 for an adult. As a veteran it was $9 for me. For seniors I think it was $9, and if you're active military, it is actually free. So great museum, not just about Patton's life, his military career, and his unfortunate death. There's quite a few other sort of military displays there as well. And if you're into tanks, it's a fun place to walk around and look at all the tanks that are outside. Our second free campsite was BLM North Joshua Tree. This is on the north side of Joshua Tree. It's great for when the campgrounds in the park are full, which we experienced during the holiday week between Christmas and New Year's. It's also close to the town of Twentynine Palms. There's great cell service, but I would definitely recommend that you kind of pull off to the side and maybe walk around. It was pretty ruddy in some spots, but we were able to find a good spot. The fun thing is it's close to Pioneer Town, which was founded in 1946 by a group of Hollywood investors. Those investors included Roy Rogers and Gene Autry. So it's a super fun 1880s style movie set with a fun restaurant too, Poppy and Harriet's, which has had some really big name entertainment. So we're now at Sawtooth Canyon. This is the third free campsite we've been at in the last few weeks, and we want to share this one with you as well. So as a free BLM campground, you can stay 14 days out of every 30 here. Totally dry, so there's no water here, and of course no hookups, and no power, of course. But it is pretty awesome. I love it.
Day hikes, hour hikes, 15-minute hikes. Whatever kind of hiking you want to do, there's all kinds from wherever your campsite happens to be. And even just walking around the campground is nice because it's so spaced out. You can see this one end down here where all the campsites are behind us is where you first enter, and most of the campers here tend to be rock climbers, so they come in on the weekends. I recommend if you want to come, if you're a full-time RVer or if you have a longer stay, come during the week.
Yeah, it's packed.
More likely to find a spot.
I think a lot of people came in late last night because we got out this morning and it was pretty full around here, and it wasn't. So yeah, get here midweek for the best spots that you want to choose. And like I said, we're going to go hiking around up these hills.